Okay, the job now is to remove this old pump ready for installation of the new. The new pump is a slightly different size, but I'm hoping I'm going to be able to reuse that existing mounting platform. Okay, to remove the cables, there's a special little tool available from Powerspout, which you use to insert in there, allows the clips to be disassembled. However, there's now two different styles of these tools, and I believe they don't both fit the same fitting, so you need to make sure you've got the right one. You might have also noticed that the water coming out of there was a little bit dirty. That's due to disturbing the line and the sediment that collects in the line. Another maintenance item I carry out annually is to back flush the suction line with water from up at the tank. We'll set that up and put that in motion. You'll be able to see it squirt a lot of brown stuff out of the end of the line. Okay, it's time to remove the old pump. Just 4 screws. Now all the hoses and wires are disconnected. It'll just lift straight out. There we have it. The old pump's removed. As you can see, I've removed the check valve and connected the suction line through here to the line that comes or goes to the tank. When I turn that valve, it'll allow the water from that line to run back and backflow through the suction line, flushing any crud out of the line. However, before we can do that, I need to go and remove the check valve from the end of the suction line in the pond, because it of course will prevent the backflow. As you can see, the filter bag is quite clogged up, and in the past I have had it restricting the suction line and the foot valve that's in there. So I'm going to disassemble that and give it a good clean and flush out the suction line with the hose from up at the tank. Right, in the bag, which is 3 years old now, so it's doing reasonably well. It could easily be cleaned, but just so happens Mike's provided new ones with the new pump, so we'll chuck a new bag on. But you can see the strainer inside is also quite clogged, so we'll have to give that a good clean before we put it back together. Okay, we're about to open the valve and back flush the suction line, see what comes out. Well, that was a bit of a failure. We couldn't see the water coming out of the line from where I was standing. So I've got my better half to open the tap now, and we'll see what's coming out. As you can see, it's quite brown, but rapidly clearing, and so that'll ensure that there's no or minimal build up in the suction line, ready for the next 12 months. Okay, that didn't go quite according to plan. I thought that this part here should unscrew out of there, but even after putting it in the vise I couldn't get it to do that, and in the end it unscrewed out of the brass section there instead. But that's good, because I wanted to remove the workings out of the check valve anyway. We can see here that the way these things work, that goes in there, spring goes on top, and then that goes into there. The parts that wear are either the rubber seal, or where it sits in here, or in my experience more usually it's this part here that wears, and you can see that the plastic is worn away where it was working in that brass section there. And I have had them wear to the extent that that falls off and goes into the system. Because this pump is being gravity fed out of that little dam, it doesn't really need a check valve at all, and so I'm going to remove the workings, screw this back together so that we've still got a little bit of weight on the bottom to help keep it under the water, and we've still got this mesh screen on the end as a secondary filtration system. The old bag is 3 years old now, and still serviceable, but we've got spares, so we'll be putting a nice new one on it. First of all, we have to reassemble this part here. The cable tie is all that actually holds this style of strainer on. Just like so. We trim the cable tie and it'll be ready to put in the bag. Right, so we've reassembled the wire mesh thing here, held on with this cable tie, trimmed it off, it's all ready to go. We've removed the innards of the check valve, but don't do that unless you've got a gravity fed system that'll keep water pressure on the pump. Got our new bag, we just put the two together, tie it up and pop it back on the end of the line. The clamp. Just as double jeopardy, will tighten this alkathene fitting up as well. And there's no way that's ever going to come off here now. Time to put it back in the dam. So we're all ready to put this thing back in the middle of the pond. Get it so that it's hanging appropriately. Okay, so the filter sock's now in the water, hanging underneath the float as it should. It should all be good. We can it's now ready to install the new pump.